she does that, and then she says, you're underage, you should probably hide that. If you think I'm underage, why are you touching a minor at all?
That part. The fact that she thought she was a minor made it even worse. She wasn't a minor. She was actually 19. But the fact that she thought that she was a minor, which she clearly did because she said she was going to call CPS. Look at you. Look what you done did to yourself. You did this to yourself, Karen. Karen, look at me when I'm talking to you. You did this to yourself.
So these little girls have continued to incite a mob, and I've been harassed all.
Okay, so it started out, she's in a restaurant, like they're waiting to go into a restaurant, right? There's these couple little girls, and they're all over 18 at least, but they, they look like teenagers. They are teenagers technically. They have on, like a couple of them have on these like really short skirts. They don't have like donkey butts or anything. So, they can wear like a little skirt and it's still, even though it just sits right under their butt, it's not lifting or anything. It'll just stay there. It won't ride up or anything. It's just sitting there. She has a problem with this because of course the little boys and stuff are looking, but the boys are looking, they're pretty girls, right? So the boys are looking, pretty girls in little skirts. They're looking, they're going to be looking. She gets a problem with it, walks over, she's talking like trash to them. And then she walks over and she takes and tries to tug the girl's skirt down, right? They don't go to the police, but they do post the video online. And they figure out, the people, of course, when you do that, the people saw her and were like, okay, let's find out who she is, and exposed her. So then she's getting hate and stuff online. So she goes to the police. The only reason this went to the police was because she took it to the police. And that's how she got herself fucked up, right? So this is her going to the police to say, I'm being harassed online because of this thing that happened. All right?
All day.
Days earlier, 49-year-old Ida Ann Lorenzo was in the lobby of a St. George steakhouse when she took it upon herself to pull down the skirt of a teenage girl. According to Ida, the teenager was exposing herself to people sitting in the waiting area, including children.
Why are you? Let me do it. Oh my God. What the? I happen to work for the state, and if I have to watch your cheeks hanging out again, I will call CPS. Do it. So I will.
Yeah, go for it right now. She's over 18. She is 19 years old.
And that's she's 19. You're talking about I will call CPS. On who, bitch?
Perfect. You don't get to touch her. You don't get to touch her. We're all sitting over there. You don't get to touch her. Then don't look. Come up and talk to her. But you do not get to touch her.
Really?
We would love for you to call the police.
Look at that. Really? Oh, I don't get to touch her? So if me or any other man who's in here who also says they have a problem can't just walk up and grab her fucking skirt? Is that not a thing that we can do? Because if you, a stranger, can do it, why that man over there, the stranger, can't fucking do it? Like, and she's like, really? Like, that's a shocking statement to hear.
Go ahead and call the police.
Why are you? It's not appropriate.
The viral video labels Ida as a Karen, so Ida contacts police over her concerns of online harassment.
All of my stuff is usually private anyway. I don't normally disseminate my stuff out there. But in this particular situation, I told them who I was because not only were there minors involved that were all seated around me, but my son was present as well. And so that's the only reason why I was like, listen, charges can happen. You're hanging out, your private parts are hanging out in private in front of minors. That's not something that you should take lightly, cover up. But it doesn't give them the right to disseminate my information publicly like that and to try to harass me to the extent that I've been having it.
The next day, the teen reaches out to police to report the assault. So
yeah, I can touch your leg because this skirt was tight and short. So in order for her to even grab it, to grip it, her hand had to touch skin. And the only skin there is literally ass. She definitely did. Her knuckles definitely would have touched this girl's ass when she did this. And they didn't even go to the police. They just posted the thing. They just posted it,
Salt Lake City officers meet the 19-year-old and her friends to discuss the incident.
Ladies, thank you for coming in. I know this has been an ongoing thing. We talked on the phone yesterday, right? Okay, here's witness statements. Did we talk about that a little bit? You guys all aware of what I was saying for statements and witnesses? Anybody there?
Yes.
Okay, so
and we have
these-
some more people coming.
Oh, for tonight?
Yes, right now.
Beautiful.
The officer goes over the witness statements with the girls and takes note of their names and contact information for the official complaint.
This is what I'm getting told.
Okay.
So she told me pubic hair specifically, and that was strange to me, right? Like, if, and she said, if you're wearing a high skirt, I'm like, then you're saying you're seeing this through the underwear? She said, she couldn't have been wearing underwear. So you're telling me you saw her entire form? And she said, yes. I said, the opening, and she said, yes. So that was what I thought I was dealing with.
What were you laying on the floor under her? Like I saw her uterus, sir. Her uterus was out for everyone to see. I thought I saw a baby in there. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what I saw. I thought it was. Like, and that's what you get for exaggerating, bitch. And that's why you're gonna be in all of this trouble. Ain't that some stuff? It's like, why do you gotta lie? That's how you know you fucked up, because you gotta tell all these lies.
I was like, well, and then she went off on her thing, telling me what was going on about whatever.
Reached her hands, her cold hands went up my skirt, and I felt her hands up my skirt, and then I felt like a tug. And like my skirt doesn't go down much farther. Like,
Exactly.
It's not that short of a skirt. And so I felt this tug, and I like whip around thinking it's one of my friends or something. And I'm just kind of standing there in shock. So I'm like, here's this woman I don't know who just came up and touched my bare butt.
Yeah, for all she know, this lady could just be, she could be like it's, you assume, oh, this is a mother, she's not interested in her, or like in that type of way, because it's a girl. Hell fucking no. No, that is not you do not assume that shit. You assume this was some voyeuristic type shit. That's what I would assume. Under the guise of, oh, I'm a concerned parent. What if that's not what it was? Maybe she's just a touchy person. Maybe she thought she was cute and wanted to catch a feel and use the whole guise of, I'm a concerned mother, to do it. And that's why you keep your fucking hands to yourself. That's why. That's why. Why do you get to touch people? Why do you get to touch people? Oh my God. This pissed me off so
I
bad.
have no clue who this is. And like, not even the physical side of things, but mentally, like I'm struggling so much with weight problems. And for her to come up and do that and make me feel even more insecure in my own body is outrageous to me. So she came up, did that, and then she touches me, or she does that, and then she says, you're underage, you should probably hide that. If you think I'm underage, why are you touching a minor at all?
That part. The fact that she thought she was a minor made it even worse. She wasn't a minor. She was actually 19. But the fact that she thought that she was a minor, which she clearly did, because she said she was going to call a whatever CPS or whatever it's called. Yeah, CPS. So she thought this was somebody's child, and she walked up and knuckled their ass. That basically what she did was, there was knuckles. Her knuckles would have had for her to grip it, and because of where her skirt was sitting, she would have had to, because it's not like a fraying skirt. The skirt wasn't fraying out. It wasn't like a cheerleading skirt where it frays out. It was very straight. It was a very straight skirt, and it sat right at where her ass line is, but under, like, so you looking straight on, you're not seeing ass cheek. You're just seeing her entire leg. Basically, you're seeing all leg all the way up. But she had to have done it.
Especially if you think I don't have underwear on.
Yeah, the logic wasn't there.
No.
For me.
No.
That's why I was wondering when you mentioned that you thought she might be drinking. I thought there was a judgment issue maybe going on too.
Right.
And then she came back up a second time after came up. Our other friend back same name. She was standing right next to her, and the second time she came up, she touched both their hips and squeezed them,
Like pinched us.
and said she was going to call Child Protective Services if she saw
And then
her
the
butt
rest
cheeks
was on video.
I saw the video, and I think
Yeah.
57,000 other people saw it too.
Yeah.
The young girl wants to press charges against the Utah State employee, so the officers call Ida to share the news.
Yes.
Hey, Officer Brown.
Hi, Officer Brown.
Hi, I was just calling to let you know that I'm still working this case, trying to figure everything out. I got your text messages about more people reaching out to you.
They're actually trying to call me on Messenger now.
Okay. I made the girl reached out to me, and then she wanted to fill out a witness statement. So I was just going to give you the same opportunity.
Don't mind coming in and picking it up or whatever I need to do.
Okay. So I told you I'd do a full investigation if they came forward, right? So they came forward with their side of the story. I only had yours. After listening to everything, everything going on, I've talked to Sakura. I got some of their video. I've got the TikToks. I think most everybody in the city has that TikTok.
Uh-huh.
And then we've got your statement, her statement, so I try to make it as unbiased and fair as I can, right? I do have some concerns from what I've been told by them.
Yes.
Obviously, some things you've also told to me, right? Even when we talk two wrongs don't make a right, when we were talking about that, I said, there's criminal behavior that's happened regardless. And the other aspect was, if she was exposed and there was a lewdness aspect, would I investigate it? Absolutely. And that was the other claim, right? That was our two little ones. The electronic communication harassment we've addressed. Everything that's come in now is
Look at
gonna
this
be
bitch.
from who knows where. And they even mentioned, like, I don't even live in the country. Some of these text messages
She
you're
lucky
getting.
she didn't get tagged.
If
Like
anything
you.
comes in further, you're probably gonna have to report that to Santa Clara where you live for the electronic side, because that's gonna be now an internet-related crime that's not
Well,
related.
it's happening while I'm at work, like during business hours while I'm at work, which is why
In
you
the
get,
city?
yeah.
Where are you working?
I'm gonna tell you the worst part is that she don't even realize that she did anything wrong, which means her touching people when she sees something she don't like is just a thing she do. She's saying where she worked at.
So
That's why they
I had my
redacted.
concerns from the get-go.
I
And,
know.
and I'm gonna just be straight up with you because this is kind of where we're at.
Uh-huh.
I have some questions and some statements, but I'm gonna advise you of your rights because of the severity of what the claims were, okay?
Right, and of course, you're gonna get their perspective because they were not behind her. They didn't see her, right?
sure.
And so,
And you're also sitting down looking up, right?
well, I as an adult, right? But the little 10-year-old that was next to me is actually even lower than I am, but her skirt was hiked up, and no one, I think, that was sitting behind her will deny that it was beyond just her little crease. She was like exposing her whole, like, I'm telling you, we could see everything. I would not have to pull down her skirt
That girl did not have for all her. She's gonna show it. We'll see her skirt. They're gonna show her skirt. You'll see exactly what I mean.
to cover her.
Like if she had a different shaped body, that might have been a problem. But because she did not, it just sat. The skirt just sits right there in the exact spot. It is not ass cheek out. It's not, you're not seeing this. Like the way she implies it's like you see this. No, you're not. It's literally just it's a leg and then skirt. That's it.
Gotcha.
Like, I, you know,
Okay, let's get through it then really as fast as we can, then we can be done.
Okay.
So, right to remain, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law.
Also want to thank Odoo for sponsoring After Hours.
Let's see.
Officer recites her rights.
Typically with something like this where I don't have video, if I didn't have video footage, it'd probably be going a different route with this because there's video footage and because of the claims made, and I have to protect victims. Today you're going to be placed under arrest for sexual battery. Okay? So that's the unfortunate side of all this.
you're arresting me?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and you're gonna be on the offender list, bitch. Keep your hands to yourself. Why are you walking around touching other people's children, what you think is other people's children's asses?
Now you are under arrest, okay? So if you'll just face my sergeant and you put your hands behind your back.
Don't reach in your purse, please.
No, I was just trying to put that.
Was it worth it to Copperfield? Was it?
Just relax your hands, sir.
Do you have a vehicle here?
Yeah.
Is something that
No,
We can keep it
you need
protected.
to call, come get your car?
I'm sorry. What?
Is there somebody we can call for you to have them come pick up your vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is it you want?
Where do people get this entitlement from?
Probably my 17-year-old is at home. So,
Just
Control.
double lock them so they don't cinch your button.
2121, please.
Look at you now, arrested.
That way they won't cinch on. I know it's unfortunate, Ida, but what should I do?
well, I
These are
mean,
the facts of the
honestly,
case.
I was honestly thinking she was a minor, and she should probably keep it covered because of the kids that were.
But also a minor to minor is a lot different than an adult to a minor. It'd be worse if she was an adult, no?
Well, no, I was looking at it from a mother's perspective, like.
How do you get in touch with your daughter? How do you get in touch with your daughter sometime?
No, I don't have that.
Your son, okay, how do I get in touch with him?
Do you know his phone number?
No, I don't. You have
It's on your phone? Is it all right if I get your phone? Okay. And then just swipe up?
Why do I smell alcohol?
I just did hand sanitizer.
Do we just swipe up?
Yeah.
Look at you. Look what you done did to yourself. You did this to yourself, Karen. Karen, look at me when I'm talking to you. You did this to yourself. You thought that was somebody's small child and you came up and grabbed That you had to know there was no space for you to put your hand there. If you're telling the truth, everything was exposed. So you definitely would have, I mean, there's no way you would have not been touching some stuff if you went to go grabbing her skirt. Yeah, she was copping a field. I can't say she wasn't, because in all honesty, there are people out here who do stuff under the guise of other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then again, we live in a land of right now where everybody's just so, I don't know what it is. It's an illness. It's a sickness, though. I'm gonna tell you, it's a sickness. When people is walking around like feeling like that they can physically change other people's whatever. Like, people got stuff going on that's they're not doing anything to you. They're not in front of you waving it. They're not disturbing you from doing your stuff. They're just living in your vicinity. And you have this thing in you that makes it so you feel like that you can walk up and physically change whatever it is that they got going on and feel like it's perfectly fucking normal. That's a sickness. That's a sickness. That's a mental fucking disorder. You can say whatever you want. That is a mental fucking disorder. These are people who need to be in a room, being given some stuff and being held and checked and tested. It's a mental fucking disorder. Clear as day. It's not even like debatable. It's not. It's just not. This is a sickness. She needs to go the fuck on somewhere. She don't even have a daughter. She just has her son. So it's weird. I mean, it's literally one of two things. It was either a jealousy issue, or it was her underlying things or whatever, and she uses that it's for good reason as a like a sneaky way to be able to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you think about it. The predators. This is exactly what predators do. Predators do. They like to go. They like to work like I want to be a Boy Scout leader. Access. That's how they get access. Her using her I'm a mother, concerned mother is her guise to be able to pull shit like this and think it's okay. I don't think it's a far-fetched thought. This haircut is giving me that thought too.
These ones work.
Her haircut is definitely it's leading me down a road.
Backwards
It
the
is.
easiest.
Oh, I actually can get in.
Okay, watch your hands.
And to know that if she had never gone to the police, like, she just did the wrong thing and then she went to the police to complain because there were consequences to what she did. And then so they reached out to the kids, and because of that, and then they tell their story, and then bam. Hey Karen, how you doing? You feeling okay? You're gonna be on that
Ida was
offender list
arrested
now.
and charged with sexual battery. She pleaded no contest and was required to undergo a mental health evaluation. As long as Ida follows the terms of her agreement, the case will be dismissed. However, if Ida fails to obey her plea, she could face a maximum penalty of 180 days in jail.